Hey guys, this is Luthais and welcome to the latest update for Miscreated. I must say I haven't been this happy for a very long time. It's been years since the last time when they've increased the survival element of Miscreated. The last time I think was with the radiation storm where it could actually kill you. So the changes that they've made in this latest patch, which they called the 1.150B update, I would have just called it the 1.16 update, because it's got a lot of major changes. But yes, without wasting too much time, let's get into the patch notes. The first thing is updated the Steamworks SDK to latest version, and then updated the C++ compiler using the 2017 one now instead of the 2013 one. That's more applicable to the modders, of course, but then, and maybe to the game, I'm not sure. And then the other thing is the kiosk changes. They disabled the kiosk access for all weapons and ammo and magazines, armor, helmets, attachments, landmines, grenades and grenade traps. Okay, so looks like you can't access those items. They increased the loot from the brutes, which is nothing major. You will get, you're guaranteed, because I do some modding on my personal server. I did look at the files, so you will get something to eat from a brute. You will get ammo every time you kill a brute, and the major things for me is the random gnome that you get. The random gnome you can probably sell for a few amp coins. There's about 20% chance that it spawns on the brute. And then the other two things, of course, the crafting, the crafting guide is a big thing as well. You've got about a 30% chance of getting a guide from the brute. But the big things for me is the tier 2 armor, that there's a percentage chance that you're going to get tier 2 armor from the brute. And of course the spider mutant, where there's a percentage chance that you'll get a tier 3 armor from the spider mutant. So if you want level 3 armor that gives you 55% heat protection, then farming spiders aren't a bad idea. Then they just fixed a random gnome spawn that doesn't really affect the game too much. Disabled rolling while proning. Okay, so yeah. Okay. So you can't roll anymore. Which is quite interesting, okay? I thought the rolling wasn't a bad mechanic, but yeah, looks like the reason that they did this was used as an exploit to get inside of objects. Okay, so of course they had a reason for it. Increase C4 brick crafting requirements, and then they removed the C4 amalgadinos that you can buy at the trader, which made getting amalgadinos quite easy. But if we go to crafting and then we go to components, then for a C4 brick it's 64 gunpowder now, 12 sulfur and 4 biofuel. So this is weird. So it costs double if you haven't got the Explosives 2 guide. I didn't know this was a part of it. The only thing that it said, increase the C4 brick crafting requirements. So I thought they removed this, which wouldn't have been a bad idea for me, to make the to make the C4 bricks more expensive to craft. So yes, this would have been a good change for me, since it is quite easy to craft C4 if you convert all the ammunition you find into gunpowder. But looks like if you got the Explosives 2 guide, it's still easy. So this is a weird one for me. I don't think they would include this, okay? Which defeats the object a bit for me. I mean, clans, which are the major problems when it comes to raiding, they'll definitely have the Explosives 2 guide. So yeah, I didn't know they would include this. I thought they'd remove this and just make it more expensive, which would have made a bit more sense to me. But okay. So they didn't define that, but now we know. Can't get the Amalgadinos at traders. Reduced the Amalgadinos spawn rate slightly. Okay, so it will just be a bit more difficult. Remove silencers from traders, which I love a lot. Okay, a few of you won't be happy with this, but what happened like years ago when we played, fights were very action-packed because you could hear the different gun sounds, you know, and it was really exciting. At the moment, you're sitting with fights where everyone's using suppressors, so yeah, it doesn't feel very realistic with every single person having a suppressor. So I love the fact that they removed that. And if you guys want a guide, you know, where I basically try and tell you, you know, where to find silencers, I will include a guide like that. But yeah, reduced food spawn chance, great. More survival elements, reduced anti-radiation pulls spawn chance, which is great. It's at 2% at the moment, and I think it was much higher than that. But yes, the anti-rad pulls are much more rare now. The water purification tablet spawn chance is much rarer. And I love that because that forces you to craft a base, you know, get a water purifier or get a water catcher. And I am going to test something on that right now. And then change the antibiotic bandage crafting recipe to use antibiotics and rubbing alcohol instead of water, a water bottle and mushrooms. I think that's a really good change. And then increase propane traps draw distance, just so that you can see propane traps from a much longer distance. Reduce the amount of berries that you can get from berry bushes, another great survival element. Reduced car part spawn chance, again good, you know, a great more survival element. Reduce the effect length of anti-radiation pulls and mushrooms from 5 minutes to 2.5 minutes, which is also really, you know, a really great change for me. And then base rating changes, reduce C4 maximum range to 1.5 meters. Now, as you guys will know, a platform is basically 4 meters wide and 3 meters high, okay? So the reason that they made the C4 maximum damage on 1.5 meters is because you can snap a wall to half of the platform, but the C4 would have still damaged it a lot. So the reason that they did this is that you can build a smaller base, and then you can put a wall in the middle of that foundation and the C4 won't damage it. So it just gives you an extra layer of protection, you know, to get to the safe room. And your safe room will be much better protected, as we're going to get to that right now. Yeah, and then increased plated parts from 15,000 HP to 22,500 HP. So it's going to take 6 C4s now to get through a plated wall, or large plated parts. They increase the metal HP, metal parts that you drag to your base, from 30,000 to 37,500. So now it takes 20 C4s, which is a heck of a lot. But in any case, 20 C4s to get through a metal part. And reduce C4 effectiveness against wood. Don't really like this one, because you can still chop down a wooden part with a hatchet or something. But yeah, you're going to need 3 C4s to blow away a wooden wall. Okay. And here's the big thing. Added a towable metal safe for bases. Okay. And it can only be broken with a sledgehammer. Now the great thing is you can't spam these, you can't drag too many of these safes to your base. You can only put 2 in your base, and I'm sure the inventory will work like the new inventory system, you know, where you've got the complete list of slots that you can use. And then added a towable metal platform. Now this is a very, very big thing for me, which I've wanted for years, because it was the jumping mechanic that lets you, you know, that forces us to use jerry cans and stuff to get on top of a roof so that we can blow in from the top, especially if the person dragged metal parts to his base, you know. Then we just need to get high onto his roof, stacking stuff, which was never a great mechanic to me, to get into the roof, which was usually weaker. Okay, and that won't be the case anymore, since the metal parts takes 20 C4 now. So if you get one of these metal platforms that you can drag to your base, it will take a minimum of 20 C4s to get into your safe room. So what I basically mean by that is, if you drag the metal platform, 3 metal walls, and then yeah, you can drag 4 metal walls, but that's a bit bad to pack up the wall. So what I would have loved them to do is just increase the HP of the metal door, so that the metal door has the same HP as the wall, which I've done on my server, so that you can access your safe room with a metal door, you know, and not worry about that being a weak link. But I mean, it's not the end of the world. Even on an official server, people are still going to need 10 C4s, you know, to get through that metal door. But it's definitely a change that I think they should include, so that a person doesn't have to pack up his metal wall, you know, to get into the safe room. Okay, and then combat changes: increased 7.62 times 51 velocity. So hopefully the sniper rifle rounds travels much faster like they're supposed to. Increase the 0.45 ACP velocity. Again, hopefully they do better damage at a distance and don't drop so quickly. Increase the AKM damage from 43 to 50, which is a good change as well. And increase the gold AKM, the dictator damage, from 58 to 60. And then increase the AKSD recoil pattern. Not sure what they mean by that, but they changed the AK5D recoil pattern, which is definitely one of my favorite guns, and added durability to silencers. Okay, and they added a silencer repair kit. Silencers will be destroyed if it reaches 0 HP. Make sure you repair them before they break. So yeah, in the comments down below, I will tell you guys what's the percentage chance for suppressors spawning at certain locations, and then of course you've got the repair kits. But here comes the changes that I'm really excited about, and that's why I'm standing by a river. Extreme negative effect from drinking bad water: 100% chance of being poisoned, and 100% chance for radiation. Okay, so in the past we could just drink water out of here and just get 3% radiation, okay, which made the survival element basically 0. And on my server I changed this already before they brought in the change. But the problem is, even if I drank, even if the people on my server dies from drinking water directly from the water source, if they put it in a container like a canteen or a jerry can or something, then it negates that negative effect and it's back to the 3%. So this is something that I'm very excited about. So first of all, I'm supposed to get poisoned now, And I'm supposed to get 100% radiation when I drink. Oh yes. Oh yes. I absolutely love this, guys. I absolutely love this. Okay, so that's the first point. Okay, survival elements, epic, guys, and this is not a negative thing. There's not a negative thing. This makes this game. Please support this. I beg you, please support this game right now. You've got you know, insane loot space, which you guys have always wanted. They've made most of the changes that you guys have wanted, okay? And if you're tired of third person, I am going to make a first person server in US East with the ultimate tweaks, okay? But this is giving me a much better foundation to spread my wings, you know, and give us the ultimate survival experience. But please support the devs with these changes so that they can see the effect of it, okay? The game isn't doing well at all at the moment, but the biggest thing for me is please come back to this game, give it another try. If you don't like the third person with people hiding behind walls or hiding in bushes, you know, ask them to give you more first-person servers, or join first-person servers and support servers like mine with a, you know, with a much better survival experience. So that's number one. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna die here, and I'm just gonna jump off that bridge quickly and spawn again, because there's a very negative effect from eating food as well. So I'll be back right now. Okay, guys, I just looted a few cars, and then I looted the hunting cabin right there, and I got this renegade. And yeah, this will be the biggest test for me. We're just going to come on. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to make a skin quickly, because that's refillable. It will work as any refillable item. So what I'm going to do quickly is get the deer skin. Don't worry, don't really care about the meat. Although raw meat, I can always see what effect the raw meat will have on me. Let's just tear that into a rag. Yeah, so let's just, I've got a rope that I found, and I've got the deer pelt. Okay, so this has got nothing in it at the moment. So let's just quickly run to the water, and if this still poisons me, I will be extremely happy, guys, because that was the only thing stopping me from getting the survival element to exactly where I wanted, is the fact that when you refilled, when I made the changes previously, when you refill it, you know, it doesn't stick. So what I'm going to do now is put the water in the deer skin. And here's the big moment. Please poison me. 33%. Okay, well, it's still a ton more radiation, guys. It's still a ton more radiation. So this is definitely counted as a different source. Extreme negative effect from eating bad food. Okay, so if you eat bad food, you're gonna get poisoned, and there's a 33% chance of radiation. Raw food now is 100% chance of poisoning you. You'll have to cook it, okay? You're no longer thirsty. And we don't really have a torpidity meter anymore. So when your thirst is up, you don't get any effects anymore. You don't get any effects. Okay. Okay, so it's not perfect. If any of you had problems with the torpidity effect, at least they removed that for you without putting it into the patch notes. But yeah, if any of you had problems with puking unnecessarily, that's gone now. You're not gonna puke by drinking too much. You're only gonna puke now because you're sick, or you know, you got too cold, or you know, ate raw food, or whatever the case may be. And now I don't think I'm gonna find my, okay, I'm gonna find the deer again. So let's just get this guy's raw meat quickly and see what effect that has on us. Okay, so we take the raw meat. Okay. Can't eat raw meat. You've got 100% chance of getting poisoned. So that's good. And they say when you eat bad food, you're going to get poisoned, and a 33% chance of getting sick. So let's just go get some food quickly and test that out as well. Holy nugget boys, I have looted the gas station, the shop and save, that other little place which I always forget the name, you know, like the other little shopping center, not the shop and save, the whatever its name is, and a few houses. Food is definitely rare. The good thing is it will have the value on it. Now here it says nothing. So it says it's fine. Let's see what fine does. Okay, so fine is fine. So it will give you the effect. Most of the food and the water that is not fine is going to poison you. Okay. And I did find anti-rads at the gas station. Okay, so the values of the water and food will be on there. But most of the dirty water and food will poison you. And fine seems to be fine now. I don't know if fine was always random, but I always went for old and dirty because that only, you know, built up my stamina. It didn't really give me any radiation. But now old and fine seems to be fine. So yeah, what is this freaking place's name? But in any case, yeah. The water and the food, you know, is dangerous. Capital munch. I always forget the capital munch. And then, yeah, the end of this update is basically increase the radiation storm, which, yeah, it's good for official servers. The acid rain effect and the cold effect. Okay. Nothing impressive there, but they're going the right way. So I'm liking the fine tune, you know, the fine tunes. If you guys would like me to do a wish list for Miscreated in 2021, leave it down in the comments below. You know, if you want to see what my wish list would look like, you know, in a complete way, which I feel will bring this game back to life. I mean, nothing is perfect, you know, but if you want something like that, just leave it down in the comments below and I'll make something. Now I'm just going to quickly build up a bike to see if I can find that platform. The server's been running for an hour and a half. I was the only one. It's France 1. It's the official France 1 server. And I was the only person on the server, but there's 2 people now. But let's see if we can get lucky. I'm just going to build up a quad quickly and see if we can get lucky and see that freaking platform. I'll be back now, guys. Okay, boys. Unfortunately, I didn't find a metal platform. But, I mean, we know what it looks like. And, of course, before anyone kills me, we're going to see what the hospital offers us. But if we go to base building, structures, storage. Oh, those 2 lockers are draggable. Okay, so you must drag it. Okay. Sorry, guys, I remember now. You must drag it. And why is there such a lot of stuff here on the floor? Holy cannoli. Okay, so I got a hazmat mask. That's cool. Have I got any radiation? No. Adrenaline, that's nice. Okay, so now let's see if we can go get potassium. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Heat pack. Okay, so guys, the apples and the berry bushes, the apple trees and the berry bushes definitely seem a bit less to me. Let's just see if you make it to the hospital before you die of hunger or whatever. If it's gonna help you or if it's not gonna help you. Bandages are a high percentage now at the hospital, which is always good. That's always good. You can never have 2 little heat packs. I must say, looking at the weather patterns in the files, the snow is quite dangerous. I don't think the radiation storms and the nuclear winter storm is where it needs to be yet. But I must say, the snow pattern that lasts quite long, that is at an impressive place. Quite impressed with that. Okay, so no potassium yet. Take off this mask. I'm gonna start dying of thirst very soon. Okay. Let's check. We know where clean water is in this area, so we don't really need to stress about the water, but we do need to stress about the food. So let's just quickly see. We've got some vending machines here. How's this? This is gonna give me 100% consume. I'm poisoned in any case. It's not as if I can get more poison than what I am at the moment. Oh. Okay, that's gonna help you for now. We just need antibiotics. So let's quickly see. How difficult is it to get antibiotics? Bandage, heat pack. This is a random run, guys. Random run's the first time I'm coming in here. Doesn't look like the other players on the server has been here yet. Doesn't appear that way. But we definitely want to get rid of the poison, otherwise we keep on throwing up and losing all the water and food. So that's definitely not a fun thing to do. And yes, guys, the survival has been ramped up and I love it to death. Please come and support these guys. I beg you guys. I beg you. If it's not difficult enough for you, come to my server. Okay? I promise you, you'll die there. I give you my word, you will die there. One way or another. Either the world's gonna kill you, or I'm gonna kill you. Okay? But you are gonna die. Come on. One antibiotic. One antibiotic. Whoa, bro. Whoa, bro. This is hectic, bro. Okay, aspirin. We don't need aspirin. We don't need heat packs. We need antibiotics. The antibiotics, please. Holy shit, guys, this is heavy, man. This is heavy, man. I'm loving this shit. I am loving this. This is how it's supposed to be. Definitely a bit unlucky with the spawn points. Every time I get a bandage, guys, it could have been something else. Okay, it's just the percentages that's giving me bandages a lot because the bandage percentage is high. But I could have gotten anything else. Could have, but I didn't. Okay, so yes, guys, I'm very, very happy with the update. Like I said, please tell your friends to give the game another go. Okay, official servers are still very easy with the AI. But that's one thing we can maybe remedy in the future. Yikes. And I'm loving the survival element. Like I say, every time I get a bandage, it could have been something else. And that radiation airdrop that you guys were never crazy about, trust me, you're going to be crazy about it now. Okay, you're going to be crazy about it now. But of course, I know where to get clean water. Guys, if you like this video, show your support for the Miscreated team. Press that like button. If you want to see my uncut series on my new US East server that I'm going to launch on the 1st of January, click that sub and that bell button so that you're notified of that series. That's going to be a daily series. You're going to see exactly how I start right from scratch. I'm going to do a trailer of all the changes to that server that makes it the ultimate survival experience. And yeah, please, let's stand together. Let's show them we support them when they make the right decisions. Cheers.